Hi guys, welcome to another episode of SitDown. We're here with Tobias. Welcome, Tobias.
Hey, how you know?
Good man. Tobias is a coach for football abroad. He's also an extreme sports coach, and he is a model. We always kick off with the four mantras. So, Tobias, what are your four mantras?
Um, Personally, God, family, impossible is nothing, and you can do anything you set your mind to. Those are the four key things I live my life by.
That's good, man. That's amazing. Let's kick off with God.
Yeah.
God is an important part in a lot of people's lives. Who is God to you?
Yeah, that's a funny one. Like, who is God? I feel God's anyone you can set your heart out to be. But for me personally, God is someone that I felt's always looked after me in difficult times. He's looked after like my family in difficult times. He's just an important person that I believe I can talk to when I'm down, when I'm happy, when I've done something well, when I've done something not so well. He's a step above like my mum. Like my mum's like my best mate, and if I can't, if I can't talk to her about something, then I know I can talk to God because He's always there, man. So yeah, that's who God is to me. He's that step above my family. So he's an important person to me, and he's an important person to like what I've been able to achieve, what I'm going to be able to achieve later on in life. Yeah, he's special, man.
I hear that, man. When it comes to you, let's start off with coaching.
Yeah,
Football's always been something you've loved throughout your life.
yeah.
I remember you had hella collection of football boots. And so, why coaching? How has God led you down that path of coaching for football in particular?
It's obviously growing up, like everyone wants to be that next Ronaldinho, that next Robinho, and it's like we've all got aspirations and dreams to become a professional footballer. But hey, there's only that 2% actually become that pro baller. So I knew my time, I knew as I was getting older, I knew I wasn't going to make it into the pro game. So I was like, what's the next best thing to stay in the game? It's not like going down to like semi-pro or Saturday league, but I just thought I like working with kids. Kids are the future, so I was like, I can pass on my experience to the new generation. So when I went to university, I took on a role. I took a course, sport coaching and performance. I got to work with kids in a field I wanted to do, which could have been hockey, basketball, rugby. Obviously, I chose football. And he knew I had something not greater to give, but he knew like playing wasn't gonna be the be all and end all, but coaching would put me into a level and into a position where I'd be happy in the long term, because your football career is only gonna be like 10 years at the top. But coaching, you could be a good coach of 30, 40 years. So I took on that coaching role, and from then I've been coaching for 7 years over here, but predominantly now I've been coaching in America, which is fascinating, because if you asked me 10 years ago when I was 14, 15, that would you see me that you're going to be coaching in America in high schools with some professional outfits, I'd have laughed your head off, because I'd be like, nah, I'll be staying at home, probably playing for Arsenal or something. But now he's led me down that path where I've been grateful that I've had this opportunity, because there's not many people that can say they've coached in the States for 5 years. Traveled America coaching, and it's like, yeah, it's been great. And I can only wait to see what else happens, what else he's got in store for me. So I'm back now. So obviously I've just come back, back home. And yeah, so we'll see how that goes. I'm here for a couple months and then fly back.
That passion that you have within football, Like, how difficult was it to take it over to the States where football or soccer, where they see it there, isn't number one or number two or number three or even number four, I guess, behind American football, basketball, baseball, and something else, I guess. But like, how difficult was it for you to transcend that passion to those kids?
I don't think it was that difficult, only because, yeah, you said you've got the main sports that are already out there, but there's a big demand for coaches because there's a lot of kids out in America that have the same passion as me and you and everyone else that's grown up in London that loves, let's say, soccer, but the passion out there is equal to the passion I had. They want to learn, they want to get better, they want to be the next best thing, they want to be the new Pulisic or the Rapinoe. So yeah, the transition's been good, but it's just on the come up. I know 10 years ago, America were like, they want to be competing with like Europe, and 10 years to today, I don't see them competing with like European soccer, football, but they're getting there. So I'm saying the next 10 years, America will be a big culture.
It's already begun, hasn't it?
It's begun. Like, obviously the women won the World Cup, the men aren't so good, but the passion they've got out there is second to none. And it's a joy to be out there because I learn a lot. I always want to learn. The kids always want to learn. The other coaches I meet want to learn. And what's different out there to being back home is the support the parents give, like
to their children.
Like on the sidelines, like you'll go to, say, for example, like a Sunday league game for your kids over in England, you'll have maybe a couple parents watching the sidelines. But over there on a Saturday when I take like my under 12 girls, like we've got the whole pitch full of parents from different positions, and it's like, yeah, they move like it's the Champions League final for the kids. Sometimes it's annoying, but at the end of the day, it's just great to see them come support their kids and whatnot. Growing up, my mum used to drop me at football and just say, yeah, have fun, and she just go off and do her thing, which is, I don't blame her. But just having that extra bit of encouragement, like they do,
up for them.
Yeah, it's a joy to watch, and I'm happy to be a part of that now. So, they always say, why don't you coach over here in London? I'm just like, because it's not it for me, man. It's not it. There's a different
appreciation.
The motivation's different. Like, yeah. I've coached over here. The motivation's different over there. The lifestyle's different. So I'm always here for taking risks. And I've been taking risks for 4 or 5 years. So yeah, that's led me to where I am today. So
yeah, man, it was a big risk as well to go to America, and also you spoke about your passion for football and your love for football. What got you into modeling? Because you look at well, nowadays you see footballers wearing fashionable items and whatnot, but because they have the money and stuff, right? But your passion for fashion has come from where?
It was when we were in school. So I broke my leg in year 9. You might remember that.
Yeah, I definitely remember.
So yeah, it was at that silly tournament. Broke my leg, and that was just coming. I broke it 2 weeks before we were supposed to come back to school. So that was so devastating. And I couldn't do anything about the recovery time or what I can't and can do. I was just laying down on my bed watching TV. Like a month passed, and I was like, this is boring. It's just boring as hell, man. Like, I need to do something. So my mum gave me a Vogue book that she collected, and I just read. It was like nearly 300 off pages, and I read it in a week, and that sparked something in my brain. Like, yo, like, making clothes, fashion is cool. How people look look is cool. Like, I want to start getting involved in that. And then from there, I just started reading more and more, reading articles online, watching shows online on YouTube, and then coming into me getting my cast off, started telling my mum I wanted to try to design something, like make my own t-shirt. And she already sewed before, and we already had a sewing machine at home. So she gave me like a 2-step lesson. And at first I was like, it looked easier than it was. And then I was like, no, it's not for me actually. But then I was like, you know what? Just gotta keep going because it's not gonna come overnight. And then my aunt, who lived down the road, like designed African attire. And I asked her for help, and I went down to hers a couple of nights after school, and I came back and just started designing pieces. Like, she helped me properly sew and stuff. And that got me into like the fashion side of things. Because I'd always liked art, I always loved to draw. But designing clothes was like a different step. So coming into like year 10, year 11, and I had to pick like art for like GCSEs and that, I wanted to go down a different route of not just drawing, but actually having like a different module to like designing clothes. Because that's what I was kind of passionate about as well now, as well as the sport aspect. So yeah, the passion for fashion came from, I would say, my mum. I would say I picked it up late because I was still only like 14, 15, so I was still kind of new to the game. So she just introduced me to that world, and my mum's very stylish. She's always been stylish. And I was just like, yeah, it's basically my turn now.
Take over the mantle.
Yeah, so she was the flame to the torch for me personally. And because if I didn't break my leg, I don't think I would have had a passion.
That's God talking to you, innit?
Yeah, so.
And you know, you talk about your mum introducing you to fashion. That nicely brings us on to your second mention, which is family. When it comes to the fashion side of things, you know, you say your mum and your aunt has helped you. How did you then take those little things and push it forward with God's guidance and your family's guidance? And how supportive have they been of your passion for fashion, we'll call it now? How supportive have they been for that?
Like, yeah, very. Like, growing up, boys like dress different to like when we were in school, dress different to everyone else. You used to get ridiculed, like you're wearing like tight pants and stuff. Like, that's a bit weird, but I didn't see that as weird. I just felt that as, I'll wear what I want because I can. Like, if you got a problem with it, like, you can do one. But it's like, my mum has never told me I can't do anything. She said you can do whatever you want, like, you are you. And that's where I see it. That's where I see it. It's like, I can do whatever I want.
Was that something? Sorry.
No one can tell me no. Like, no one can tell me you can't do that because they feel they can. It's like, who are you at the end of the day? So yeah, they've been very supportive in like what I've done with other mates. Like, one of my good mates, Toby.
You actually designed this?
Yeah, so we got the brand Trends London. This is the 4th capsule, Dusk to Dawn. So yeah, you can do whatever you want and you set your heart to it. And it's just like, it's not even mainly God, but it's just like me being me, saying like, I can do whatever I set my mind to. As I've said, that's one of like the 4 mantras I live by. And the only person that can stop me accomplishing it is myself. Because if someone tells you like, yo, like, that's trash, it's like, it's trash to you, but it's not going to be trash to the next person.
Yeah.
So yeah, God, family, like supportive mates, like that's all you need in life, to be honest, to get where you want to be. obviously hard work, dedication, but if you've got those 3 chords, 4 chords around you, then I think you're pretty sweet.
Man, that's sick, man. And the individuality, was that always was that always ingrained in you to be expressive, to be yourself, or is that something that you had to pick up?
No, I think that's always been ingrained. I'd say growing up, I thought I was always being different. Not even in a cliche way, and like people love say, oh, everyone says they thought differently, but I'm only taking that into account in the environment I was in growing up, the school we were in, the friends we had around. Like everyone was doing a certain thing,
A special group.
always doing this. If they didn't do it certain people's way, then you'll be labeled different. And I was just like, well, I'm always going to do something my way, just because you're like, people say like the alpha, it doesn't mean I'm going to be one of your sheep. Like scripts, yeah, that's not what it is nowadays, man. So I've always felt that I could do different. I've always done different. No one can tell me, yo, Tobias, you follow this person, because I don't. And it's funny enough, because growing up, like I used to do stuff, I get ridiculed about it. A couple months later, the same people that ridiculed me, they're doing the exact same thing, and I'm just like, yeah, I was the sheep. But it was funny growing up.
Watching the tables turn.
Watching it just manifest into something that I knew was going to happen anyway, because I was like, I already saw this, I don't know, a year earlier, like, I'm going to do this. And then, because certain people do it, or certain bigger influencers do it, then that's when people want to start doing it. But I'm like, I was doing this months earlier, and you wanted to chat your chat because it didn't seem or suit you guys at the time, but because X or Y O started doing it, and now it's the new best thing. But it's just like, I can't grow up like that. I didn't grow up like that, and I still don't grow up like that. If I got something to say, I'll say it. Yeah.
Man, like I've always admired your individuality. I think there was moments I was like, Shigs, what you wearing when you had that tail, that fox tail, used to hang off your back of your trousers. But that individuality and your love for fashion and your family support in doing that. Like, I want to switch again back to football. When you went to America 5 years ago?
4 years. Yeah.
4 years ago. When you went to America 4 years ago, how difficult was it for you to get over the hurdle that you're going to be leaving your family, your friends? Like, what pushed you over that hurdle that everybody has in front of them when they're about to take a massive risk? Or did you not see it?
I'll be honest, I didn't. That hurdle, I know people talk about going through a barrier when they take a new leap. I didn't have that. I was just like, I'm gone. Because I love traveling. Growing up, family, we've always traveled different places. First year of uni, the guys I went to uni with, basically went away for 9 months. We went away kind of every month over the uni year, so that's 9 destinations. And it's just like, I've always wanted to just travel, because I feel like people stay in London and people stay in England and think that is it, but there's so much more to just this little place. New culture, new food, new way of living, different languages. It's like, I'm all about trying new things and getting the most out of my life, because you've only got one life, and it's like, there's no point in restricting yourself, because there's so much more out there. You might find a different country that you're more suited to. You might think, I want to set up shop here for a couple of years. Or if you even do that and you don't like it, at least you can say, I've tried it didn't work out for me, I'm gonna go back to what I know for a bit. A couple of years later, you might think again, like, you know what, let me try a different place. That might not work out, or it might work out. But for me personally, I first went to the States. Obviously, I was like, me with mum and like friends. I was just like, I will see them again. So I'm gonna take this by both hands and just do the best I can out. And look, I'm 4 years deep. And yeah, I can't thank the people that helped me get this opportunity enough, because without them, I might have still been here, or I might be doing something else. I might be working in a kitchen or something, but thankfully I've been able to travel and get paid to do something I love to do. So yeah, that's what I'd say. I'd tell people that don't be afraid to do anything, because life is all about trial and error. And yeah, you can't be scared. People are gonna be scared. Everyone's built different, but life is trial and error, and it's either gonna go one way or another way. And thankfully, my way's been up and down, to be honest. Like, there's been a lot of good days, but there's also been like a lot of difficult days that is like you can't not be it, and you can't like deflect from it. You just got to take it on and try your best to overcome it. And that's what I guess that's what I've done to an extent, and it's helped me because it's made me a better person. It's made me value a lot of stuff. Yeah.
I think that brings us nicely onto your third mantra. You can do anything you set your mind to. You set your mind on two things that are slowly coming together, but football and fashion. You know, you've spoken about the origins, but what things in your mind allowed you to progress further? What did you set? What goal did you set in your brain to say, cool, I'm going to become a model. I am going to be a football coach. I'm going to become a Division 1 football coach. How did those things, the word I'm looking for is manifest. How did those things manifest? Was it a natural progression? Or was it one of those things where before you even stepped into the thing, you said, that's what I'm going to do? Long question, I know.
No, not with like the modeling and stuff. That came about, I don't know, that just came about through people telling me like, yo bro, you should go model. I didn't really take it like too seriously, and whatnot. And then, yeah, obviously Instagram plays a big part nowadays. Like when you upload pics, millions of people, or not me personally, but millions of people see these pictures, and you don't know who's watching. And it's such a big business now on social media. Yeah, I was just getting into the groove of Instagram uploading pics, and people are really saying like, bro, you should actually take this serious. Like, you've got a different look, and whatnot. And it was something I wasn't too sure about, because I was like, yeah, there's a lot of different models, this and that. They've got this certain look, they got that certain look. And I was just like, I kind of like bit the bullet. Like one day some girl must have messaged me on Instagram, asked me am I signed and whatnot. She's like, I love your look. And I just told her no, I just freelance at the moment. And then she told me that there's a like London Fashion Week campaign that she wants me to get involved with. I sent her some images, and then next thing I know, I was working and walking for Orange Culture, which is one of the biggest Nigerian fashion brands at the time then, and still at the time now. And that was like kick-started it all. I was on Vogue a couple times, that was cool. And then from there, it just kind of kicked off with me doing different campaigns. Doing like a safe sex ad for MTV. Doing like stuff for Selfridges. It's just been, it was like a roller coaster, but it was pretty cool. So that's when I needed a kind of like the fashion and modeling stuff. I needed to kick up the backside because I was like, I didn't really take it too serious because I was thinking, it is what it is. But I kind of grew into it, put myself out there, talking to different agencies, different people, because you never know who you're talking to, where that could lead. But then going on to coaching, it's like, that was more of, I kind of knew I wanted to do that because I knew I wasn't going to make it to the top level. I was like, I'd rather coach and still stay in the game than try to force me playing and not really making anything out of it. So the coaching was more, I knew I wanted to do that. I didn't know I wanted to do it in America. I didn't know I wanted to be the Division 1 college coach until recently, but I knew I wanted to stay in the game through coaching. Even if that's for the next 5 years, and then I find a new hobby, a new passion, and so be it. But in uni, I didn't really like the way they taught certain things and told me certain things. But I just went with it.
If you could do it again, would you go to uni still?
That's a tricky one. Because if I didn't go to uni, if I didn't go to uni, I wouldn't have got the chance to do America. So I would say I would do it all again, only because of that factor. Because if I didn't go to uni, my path, my career could be totally different to it is now, because the connections I made in uni, the people I met in uni was like life-changing. Like the experiences we did through uni was life-changing. And if I didn't go, then hey, I could be working for like BET or something right now. So yeah, I would go to uni again, because it's like, uni's a big part of who I am today now. So yeah, I would go, even though it'd be very hard, because I absolutely despise uni and hated going lectures, hated some of my lecturers, hated some of the people I met.
Hate's a strong word.
Yeah, I still hate it. And I would I would go back.
Let's slide it to your fourth mantra. Impossible is nothing. The same as a brand that we all know of, the Three Stripes. Tell us about that mantra, man.
So yeah, impossible is nothing for me is something that came about when I was in uni. Because I was working with kids, coaching with kids, and then there was an opportunity with a company, like a teaching company, to go out and ski with kids, which is weird. Not weird, but weird for me, because I was like, how could I go out and work with kids on like a ski resort, and one I've never been skiing.
You a fan of snow?
Yeah, I didn't see a lot of snow. I've never been in places where there's been heaps of snow. So obviously I went for this job to work with like kids in like ski resorts, and I was like, yeah, why not? I got the job with another mate of mine from uni, and he's been skiing before, and when I first went to Italy, I think it was northern Italy, like called Passo del Tonale. It was so surreal because I was like, a black guy on a slope is something you'll never see. And the day we landed and went up the slopes first time, there was like a blizzard. And I'd never skied before. And obviously I tried to act like, I knew what I was doing. And he was like, yeah, bro, I got you if you need help, blah, blah. And going down this slope, I just kept falling. Because I never skied, I never put on skis before, boots before, and I'm just like, why not? Like, I'm here, I got to do it anyway. So it took me nearly 40 minutes to get down. I just kept dropping. People coming past me, oh, you okay, blah. I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. And it was fun. And I was like, I wanted to do it again, but I was too scared to. I was actually scared this time because I was like, I knew what it was like. Next day, the blizzard came. Blizzard had passed. We'd gone back up with the kids. And I was like, that looks a bit high. I was like, when we're going on the ski lift, I was like, that looks a bit high. And then they were like, that's what you went up yesterday. And my heart sank because what I was looking at, if I saw this yesterday, I would not have done it at all. I would not have done it. It was like, it's one of the highest slopes, and I was like, I did that. And it's like, it's scary when you look up because it's like, you think you're just gonna go straight down. And I didn't go up. I didn't go up it for like 2-3 days. I just went on the baby slopes with the like kids that are just as bad as me. And that was something that I thought, like, me being who I was like, I'm always up for doing anything. But that was impossible. And then going on to the end of the week, like one of the instructors was helping me. Like I was having like one-on-one lessons and I wasn't even supposed to have it because I was supposed to be helping the kids become better. And I was like, how can I help them if I'm not at a level that I can actually encourage them to do better if I'm there like shaking in my boots. By the end of the week, I was up that slope that I said I wasn't going back up, and I was going down helping these kids that were just as scared as I was. But then let's say fast forward 5 years now, I can say I'm a very good skier / snowboarder. And if you said to me 6 years ago, like, yo, you're gonna be at a level where you can actually do flips and stuff on a snowboard, I was like, that's impossible. But fast forward 6 years, I can do a flip on a snowboard, and that's why I go by like impossible is nothing, because you can do whatever you want. And that leads into when you set your mind to something, you can do whatever you want when you set your mind to it. So they kind of interlink with each other. Like, but at the same time, they're still different. But for me, it's like they interlink into a good thing, because the experiences and stuff I've been able to do years ago, I'd think, no, I wouldn't be able to do that, because it's like, it's not my nature. But it's like just biting the bullet and just be like, screw it, just go for it. And now it's like, I've gone on, let's say, at least 15 to 20 trips with different schools, shadowing some of them on the slopes and stuff. And it's just been fun. I've had a good 4 or 5 years being able to juggle skiing, snowboarding all over Europe, to then juggling, living in America, and then coming home for a little bit. It's just been like, I've been grateful for what I've been able to achieve, what I've been able to do, because it's like, not everyone can say they've done that by the age we're at. So I just gotta I always thank God, like, for allowing me to do these things. I always gotta just thank my mum for giving me like the guidance and like support she does. I just gotta thank myself, because it's like, I ain't
I ain't scared, you know. Some people are scared and that's fine, but for me it's just like you just gotta take it by both hands, capture it, and it's been fun.
And what would you say to somebody who is currently in a position where they say that's impossible? You know, you were able to conquer your fears, or you were scared of the slope. So what would you say to somebody who was in a position where they were like, that's impossible, bro, like can't do that?
It's like, I'll just say it's how you get yourself back up. Not like literally when you fall down, but it's like when you fall down, it's how you dust yourself up. Are you gonna dust yourself up and say, I ain't gonna be defeated? Or are you gonna dust yourself up and say, that's me done, like I'm finished? So it's not like the mental state, it's just how are you gonna change that? Like, we're all gonna fall. There's only a percentage of people that get everything handed to them that they're like, I'm never ever gonna like I'm never gonna really like not notice, but yeah, something like that. I'm not gonna notice how I'm gonna fall, but
they won't learn that.
Yeah, but
that way.
For the majority of us, it's like we're all gonna fall down, regardless what we do in life. Whether that's a new job, whether that's trying to buy a new car, trying to get your girl, like we're all gonna fall at different stages. But at the same time, it's like, how are you gonna dust yourself up? You're gonna let that defeat you and be like, you know what? I'm never gonna try something else again. I'm never gonna try to get a new car. Never gonna talk to another girl. Never gonna go for a better job. It's like you're either gonna dust yourself off and say, you know what? I'm never gonna do that, or you're gonna dust yourself off and be like, I'm better than that anyway. Like, that car was okay, but I'm gonna get this bigger, faster car. That job was cool. It was only 30k a year, but I'm gonna get this 50k job. Or that girl was good looking, but I'm gonna get this better good looking girl. Or a girl that values what I'm gonna bring to the table. So me, I don't think I'm A, I'm more B. It's like, I'm gonna fall, because nothing's perfect. But I'm gonna fall, I'm gonna dust myself off and be like, yeah, screw it. I'm gonna do even better this time. Like, because it's a hard world we live in. It's a very hard world. And it's not easy to, as I say, dust yourself off and think, yeah, I'm gonna do better. It's not easy, but once you overcome that first like obstacle, like, yeah, I'm gonna do this, then I feel like that's gonna stick in your mind and with you forever. So
sick, man. So I've asked you about any books that you read that help you in your quest to achieve your goals. Do you have a book that you would recommend to the audience?
I got the book. 2
You
seconds.
can check your phone, bro. It's mine now. Is there any books that you would recommend to people that are helping you in your quest to achieve your goals?
So the book I would suggest to read that I'm reading now is As a Man Thinketh. It's by an author called James Allen. He was alive in like the early 1900s. It's just about positivity and how you radiate positive energy into the world and what it gives back to you. You always got to be positive, I say, because I think that's so key nowadays, because a lot of people are negative, and when you think negative, you bring negative energy towards you. But this book is like, it's a great read. It's a real great read, and I would recommend, if you like are feeling down or you're going through a lot of things, please invest in that book. I think it's like a 10 on Amazon, and it's helped me change, and I'm pretty sure it helped you change. So yeah, it's called As a Man Thinketh by James Allen.
Cool, thanks for that, man. I might have to have a read on that as well, man. And a song, is there a song that helps you through your day, or a song that helps you get started in your day, or any song really that pushes you towards your goals?
This song, it's
personal,
it's a well-known song. It's like R. Kelly, I Believe I Can Fly. Like, obviously R. Kelly's cancelled, but it's still, like, for me, like, as an artist, he makes good music, and that song like radiates a lot, because it's just the words "I believe I can fly." It's like, you know, it's not true, but it's like the way you portray that, the way you think of that message. It's like, I believe I can fly. I mean, I can do anything. I can do anything I set my mind to. And growing up, I used to always sing that on the top of my lungs, like in the shower, going to football, just everywhere. It just gave me like a bit more confidence, because I'm like, if he can do it, I can do it. And yeah, that's a song that stuck with me.
Sick, man. Thank you so much, Tobias, for your interview.
That's all right.
It's been great having you. Look forward to seeing your journey, man. Division 1 coach, runway model.
I said runway model.
Thank you, everyone, for watching. This is Sit Down. We're about to stand up. Stand up, G.
Bro, love. That was 45 minutes.
That was what?
We're gonna cut.
That was 45 minutes.
For like 2 minutes, innit?
God.
Amazing. Thank you so much for that, bro.
Oh, that was cool, man. That was sick.
Yesterday, the guy that came in, he said, when he was speaking that stuff out, man, it motivated me more, innit?
Who?
Chin. Oh, boy. When you're speaking it out, man.
That's sick, bro. That's actually sick. Big up to you guys.
Oh, shit, I'm still recording.
It's sick. So it's called Sit Down.
Yeah.